All right, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to today's online class facilitation of NSC 512. Today is week 8 of online facilitation, and today will be the last week for this semester that I will be facilitating you. And I must commend all your efforts and your sacrifices that you have made in ensuring that you attend the weekly class. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your contributions and your participation. Thank you very much. And I also want to say briefly a big thank you to Janet Alao, who has also taken a big responsibility in being the class rep for this course, and you've done a lot of work. I appreciate your sacrifice and all your efforts. Highly appreciated. So briefly, we will go into the class for today. Last week, I did say that we commenced Module 4, which has 3 units. We did Unit 1 and 2, and today we would conclude with Unit 3 before we have a feedback session on what we have covered so far in this week. And so I'm just going to share the slide, share a slide on the, okay. So like I said that this is Unit 3. It is titled Evaluation of Occupational Health Practices. And it has the following learning goals. That at the end of this week's facilitation, learners should be able to explain the meaning of occupational health evaluation, state the types of evaluation we have, explain the aims for evaluating occupational health practices, as well as state areas of occupational health that should be evaluated. So what do we mean by evaluation? Evaluation is simply defined as the process of measuring the extent to which a set of objectives have been met. You have a project, you set an objective or a goal of what you would want to achieve. Then at the end of the day, you want to evaluate it. And it is important to also note that for evaluation to be effective, the objective of the program or the project to be evaluated at the end of the day must be clearly defined. You must have, or an institution or an hospital must have a clear definition of what needs to be achieved at the planning stage. So if at the planning stage, a well-set goal or objectives are not stated, then it becomes a problem when you want to do evaluation. What do you want to evaluate if you don't have a set of objectives to measure if it has been achieved or not? So that is evaluation of occupational health practices. And so in any organization or in any industry or factory, it is very important to have an objective, a goal. What do you want to achieve? So that at the end of your set time, maybe at the end of the year or 1 year, or at the end of 6 months, or at the end of whatever set time, you can evaluate it if it has been achieved or not. And we also have basically 2 types of evaluation. And what are they? We have a process evaluation and outcome evaluation. From the word process, it simply tells you that this is more of look at what is being implemented. You want to look at the procedures. What is going on? Is it achieving what you set to achieve? And an outcome, it simply refers to you want to see if you have been able to actualize or achieve or melt what you desire the project or the program. Like, for instance, when you employ an employee, you want to give them a training and you want to set an objective that at the end of so period, they should have been competent in these skills. So at the end of that specific time, you need to evaluate, are this set of employee competent in this area of job that you have trained them for? So we looked at aims of occupational health practices. When we say aim, what are the main aims of occupational health programs? We have three main aims of occupational health practices: to protect the workers against any health hazard that arise out of their work or the condition in which they carry out their jobs. Whether a person is working in an hospital, in a factory, in a farm, in any condition or in any institution, you want to protect them against health hazard. It's also to contribute positively towards the workers' physical and mental adjustments. So many are posted in a session that is completely new to them. No, part of the occupational health practices is to help these individuals or these employees to be able to adjust, not just physically, but also mentally to the work environment. And lastly, to contribute to the establishment of job to the possible degree of physical, mental well-being of the workers. So we looked at the last slide, which talks about areas of occupational health that should be evaluated. We are talking about evaluation. What should be evaluated? So in occupational health practices, where we evaluate, or areas that needs to be evaluated, are the working environment. We've been discussing since week 1, the environment in which an employee works is very, very important because it influences their health. So you also want to evaluate. During evaluation, you want to look at the working environment. Is it suitable for the type of job or duty that they are being given? So you want to look at not just the suitability, you want to look at the hygienic of the environment. Is it clean? Is it hygienic? And so on and so forth. You also want to evaluate the personal health of the workers. So the personal health of the workers. It will not be nice for you to put someone who already have an underlying medical or problems such as depression or any mental illnesses, to put the person in a machine or in a place where he needs to operate machine. You are endangering the personal health of the person. You also want to evaluate the supervision of correct use of protective equipment. In any units, you want to evaluate, are the employees using their protective equipment? So who is supervising them? So all those things needs to be evaluated. if they use their personal protective equipment effectively, what should happen and what should not happen. All those things you want to evaluate. And you also want to evaluate the types of medical examination. For every industry or for every organization, there is a standard of medical examination that should be conducted when an individual is employed. And so for that reason, you want to evaluate, are the necessary examinations for employees being conducted? You want to evaluate that. And what about the replacement health assessment? It is important to note that before you place a person in a unit, you want to assess their health. Can they handle it? Can their health handle it? So these are the importance of doing all this doing the assessment first. So after the assessment, you now want to evaluate it. Okay, this examination that is conducted, this person that was assessed is not fit to work in this smoking area, is not good to work. Take for instance, somebody that already have hair problems. You can't put the person in a noisy unit. So these are the reasons why you do pre-placement health assessment. Also periodic health assessment. Periodic in the sense that the person has already been employed, the person has started work. Maybe every 3 months you want to assess their health. Are they deteriorating or they are coping well? So these are the reasons why we do all these evaluations. And pre-retirement health assessment. After you have worked for a number of years and you want to retire, you want to look at what is your health like when you were employed. Now you are getting prepared to retire. Has any problem occurred in your health? So these are the areas of occupational health that needs evaluation. And in conclusion, we have evaluation that the focus of evaluation, the focus is to assess, is the assessment of the working environment and the health of the workers before, during, and at the end of working. That is the essence of doing all these occupational health programs or protection evaluation is to ensure that when you come into job and when in the process of working and after you're working, you don't get problems. You are not exposed to hazard that later on affect your health, and after your retirement, you ended up spending your savings on your health. So it's for protection. It's for protection of worker before, during, and after. And so that is, in summary, what Unit 3 of Module 4 contains. So at this time, let me welcome us to feedback on any of the topic that we have covered so far in this course, Occupational Health Nursing, NSC 512. So, thank you. I see a lot of comments on the WhatsApp. Please don't post your mark on the group WhatsApp. Your mark or your scores for your assignment is personal. Whoever that raised that suggestion is just talking his own. Why would you want to know my mark? Keep your mark to yourself. And if you have not submitted your assignment, I don't think it's necessary again for you to submit because it's already graded and it's closed. You're a lot, about 900 and something students. You don't expect me to go back and start reading and start going through again. So it took me like 2 days to mark that assignment. So you have a whole month to submit the assignment. So if you did not, I'm afraid you've missed that mark. All right, I can see. So raise your electronic end if you have question contribution. I can see your hand first, Inoma. Inoma. Good evening.
I don't want to know if these assignments are going to be added to the result at the end of the day.
We can hardly hear you. Can you speak up a bit?
I just want to know if the score of these assessments, the assignments you gave us, will be added to our result at the end of the day.
Sure. It's part of your continuous assessment. So at the end of the day, it's marked, it is added to your attendance has percentage, assignment has percentage, class interaction, your contribution during class also has percentage. So all this will be added together to make up your final, to be added to your final exams results. Then you will have your cumulative results.
Wow.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you too. You can lower your electronic end. Okay, Fidel, the floor is yours.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, please, I want to find out, some of us that were not able to, we did the assignment, but we were not able to put it in PDF format and then upload it. But we sent it to your email. Is there any hope for us?
No.
No hope for us?
Yes. Because you didn't send it through the right channel. My email is not. I mentioned that you submit it via the school page. There's no way I can grade you in my email. In fact, you guys are just bombarding me with emails. Please, the essence of opening the WhatsApp group for us is for you to communicate. Whatever your concern is to be sent through the WhatsApp. So if you did not submit your assignment via the school page, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that. You were told.
Ma'am, but in some other courses, when they give assignments, they will put where you will type the assignment. When you type, you click on submit and it will go. Or this one, you gave another instruction, which we didn't even know how to go about it.
Well, if you say you did not know how to submit it, I will understand. But I gave an instruction that you don't know how to go about it. I don't understand what you mean, because what I simply did is for you to submit PDF or Word copy, which is understandable because life must be easy for both of us. And even some of you even wrote it on paper and scan it. As long as you submit something, I will definitely mark it. But where you don't submit anything, how do I help you? So if others did it and you didn't manage, I think it's not my fault. And you had a whole 1 month to explain or say if you have any challenges, but you kept quiet until the due date closes. So next time, please do your assignment.
I didn't even know that the thing was there for up to that period of time. So.
Yeah, it's there. I've posted it since 4th week. All right. So Omolekan,
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yes, ma. Last time that submitted via the comment box in the portal, and you say you will check it. You collected our names and our matric number. But on getting to the portal again, the grade there was 0.
I didn't take your name because I have the list. I have Inoma and Margaret Ibere, but your name is not included here. So
you collected my name and my matric number that very day.
You don't have to argue. So what's your problem?
That day, I told you that I submitted via the comment box in the portal, and it's still showing not submitted. And you say you will check it up.
Okay, Omole quantity, right?
Yes, ma. Yes,
okay.
ma.
I'll look at it and check your cons. I'll check what you're saying.
Okay, ma.
All right.
Thank you.
Ma, please try and consider me.
Sophia, the floor is yours. Adedokun. Sorry. Okay, in Camp Sunday.
Yes, ma. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, ma. I too, I submitted through the comment section.
You see, why I'm listening to Omole quantity is because I think 3 weeks ago, she has raised her concerns. For those of us who submitted after the assignment is closed, I'm afraid I can't help you.
Ma, I submitted on the 28th. I submitted on the 28th. Before the date.
Mommy, I didn't submit after the assignment was closed. So just that I didn't know how to put it in PDF format.
Yes, you don't have to put it. It can also still take word copy. You could have submitted it. That's why
I didn't know, Mom. I didn't know.
I know not many of us can convert it to PDF. I do understand.
Yes,
Okay.
ma. That was my challenge.
Please, temper
please.
justice with mercy.
Please, ma.
So what do you guys want me to do?
Please, ma, tender justice with
mercy. Please tender justice with mercy, ma. Because some of us, there is hope. We are always at work. We are unable to access the network at that time, even.
I do understand. And of course, we are all professionals. And you know that timing is very important. And we are
but most times we are being fucked up with network. At times we'll be at work unable to access the online the facilitation. Today I was just lucky to be at home. I did money.
Who am I speaking with now?
It means it's Gidado Fatima Oyenike, man.
What did you ma?
Fida what?
To find What did you ma?
Please, if I don't recognize you, please don't speak. Let me call you before you speak. This is still class. So Fidel.
Oguzie.
Okay. Sophia. Okay. Sophia, the floor is yours. Speak. Sunday in camp.
Hello? Yes, ma. Okay, ma.
Good evening. Sophia, your network is poor. Your network is poor.
Hello, ma.
Your network is poor. So it's cracking here. Refresh your system and talk. If you have spoken, please lower your electronic end. Gabriel, Oluremi, the floor is yours. Let's hear your concern, your question.
All right. Okay, good evening, ma. I'm still talking about the assignments. If you can help us, ma, because I tried to submit, but I couldn't convert it to PDF. So I couldn't meet up.
Point of correction, you don't have to. If you submit PDF, it's fine. Yes. But you can also submit the Word copy. Some of you even wrote it in A4 paper or notebook and snap it. I still marked it. It's just that you won't get the whole mark. But the mere fact that you make efforts, that is what I want.
I even tried to type it on the portal, on the e-learn whatever, but the thing was not going.
Yes, even me, that was the experience.
Gabriel, what?
Oluremi. I tried typing it on the e-learn portal.
Okay, your concern is noted. All of you are concerned about the assignment. So you are not raising any question on what has been covered so far.
Please, ma, the assignment really caused headache on us. We have tried. I tried to convert it at the same
on the assignment.
Who is talking now? This is not WhatsApp. All of you can be talking simultaneously. Who is talking now? Gabriel, I've listened to you.
Ma,
okay, is noted.
Ukeme Sunday,
Okay, Sunday.
Names, please. I even sent through your email after I went to the message box. I still tried.
If you send anything through my email, you are on your own. My email is not the right channel. So I'm not acknowledging anything that is sent to my email.
I later sent to the message box on the portal because I couldn't convert it to PDF, please.
Yeah, try again. You don't have to send it to, you can upload the Word copy too. I'll give that allowance.
Okay. When?
You said?
Till when?
It's already closed. It's already closed. Assignment is closed. Assignment is closed. But for those of you that are raising your concern, because you are saying you did it and you couldn't upload it. So I'll see what I can do about that.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma, please, my name is Ukeme. Ukeme. U-K-E-M-E.
You can lower your hand. It's noted. Thank you.
All right, God bless.
Akinola.
I was the one that submitted in your email, ma, that you questioned me that how did I submit? I was the one that submitted into your email. How did I?
Many people are talking now. Hello. Who is talking now? Fola Shade.
Fola Shade, yes.
Fola Shade, right?
Yes, ma. I was the one that submitted into your email.
Is it Fola Shade that submitted or what?
Hello, ma.
Sulaiman. If I don't recognize you, please don't talk. Akinola, you have the floor. You don't have to have my phone number. Please communicate on WhatsApp. All the messages you send on WhatsApp, I read them. If there is need for me to respond, I will respond. So don't bother about my personal phone number. Just use the WhatsApp group. I'm also there. Akinola, you have the floor.
Ó tún mọ̀ pé complain kan náà ni gbogbo wọn ní sọ́rẹ́ kìíní tó ń gbọ́ dànù yẹn ò dáa ni ní áńgà tí ń gbọ́n dànù yẹn dá lé áńgà tí ń gbọ́n dànù yẹn ṣé kò dáa ni ó ti kán ni.
Akinola. Okay.
Hello, ma.
Adeshola Comfort.
Yes, ma'am. I'm having challenges in submitting the assignment. I wrote it in a paper. I tried to type. When I type to submit, I couldn't submit it on this blog. So it's even with me right there. So I don't know how to do it. That's why I've not been able to submit.
You guys are just being hard for nothing. Janet actually gave a guideline on how you can submit. I read it on the WhatsApp. Why are you not following the guidelines?
Ma, please, ma, can you give us 24 hours now? It's
not your class is not the only class I'm handling. So you must also consider me. Each class is about 1,000. So if I have to mark assignment for 1,000 students and I have to go back again, so you must also consider that it's not 50 students we are talking about here. So please, next time you are giving assignments, do it on time, submit on time. If you have any question before it closes, raise your concern. I've also got other responsibilities to do, so I don't go back to assignments. Each week I keep saying it, so you can't come at 9 minutes and you want me to go back to what I've already done. No, it's not done like that. So don't worry, next time you note that. So Akinola, I've unmuted you, so you can speak now, Akinola. Unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yes, ma. Please, ma, I need more clarification on historical development of industrial legislation on Unit 2.
Tell me what you yourself have read about that. When you say Unit 2, you don't expect me to go through Unit 2 again.
I only said the historical development of industrial legislation is what I'm not too clear about, the history, just that beginning of the.
That is why it's history. History do not need any explanation. It's history. You just have to know, okay, when did it begin? Where? You get, it's a matter of time and year.
Okay, ma.
You get.
Yes, ma'am.
So a student was asking me to explain something, and I asked the person, what is it that you did not understand? Just give me an area. Sir, no, in fact, she has not even read it. How can you understand what you have not read? You get?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All right, sir. Thank you.
And I also have not had time. By God's grace, I promised to post all the instructional videos on the WhatsApp so that those who are having difficulties in downloading it via the school page can also have easy access to it. Hopefully on or before weekend, I should make out time to do that. Okay. Oluyomi. Oluyomi,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have the floor.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good day.
Yes, ma'am. Somebody has just asked what I wanted to.
Okay, we lost her. Probably
Summarize
network.
of industrial legislation. I just want summary of it.
Tell me, do you have the instructional video? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
If you do, because the instructional video is compressed compared to your
Hello,
course materials. I've
Hello, ma'am.
compressed it for you, so I don't know what you want me to explain there. It's history, it's time. Just understand the date.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma. No, some of us don't like history. So putting it together is somehow putting dates and all of those.
Just note the country, the year, why it was instituted. What was the problem? You get?
All right,
So,
ma.
whether you like history or not, that's why the instructional video is there. It compresses more than what you have in your course material. At least that's about a few lines, which is easy to comprehend. Just read it 1 or 2 or 3 times, then it sticks to your head.
All right. Thank you.
Fidel, are you having a new point, or you've not lowered your previous end?
I have something. I have a question to ask.
All right, speak on.
Okay, ma. Ma, please, I want to find out how we are expected to approach your questions in the exam. Because there are some people that if you don't quote verbatim what is in the book, then you are wrong. So I want to find out if we are expected to quote verbatim or we can explain it in our own language, the way we understand it.
I mark ideas. You don't have to quote it verbatim. But when it comes to list, take for instance, to say, list the 2 types of evaluation. There's no 2 ways about it. It's process evaluation and outcome evaluation. But where it comes to discuss, so you put it down the way you understand it, but not outside of the concepts of the topic.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Someone is asking, ma'am, are we supposed to list the diseases that one can contract at his workplace according to their job, or just join everything all together? Under occupational accident and injury, or under occupational health diseases, we have the list of diseases that one can contract based on where you work. And that is what I expect you. I guess you are talking about assignment 2 question. Yes. So you just list the quite number of occupational health diseases that were mentioned. So that's what I expected you to list out. So I see unit. Okay. I have a question on historical development of industrial legislation. Okay, let's say your question, the person that said he or she has a question. I have unmuted you. You said I'm not. Okay. Please kindly differentiate between the positive effects on health of workers and negative effects on workers. Okay, I guess this is Janet. From what that word, positive and negative, do you think that needs, okay, when you say positive, it's positive in the sense that when you leave your home and you go to work, there is that self-satisfaction. There are people that sitting at home makes them sick. So when they are employed, it enhances their mental health. The mere fact that they are leaving their home to go to a workplace where they can socialize, where they can interact, where they can mingle with other colleagues, where they can share their thoughts, their ideas, where they can also help other people. It gives them a kind of joy. It boosts their psychology, and it also enhances their relationship life. So when you are happy, your body, your health is in good functioning. So that is positive. But, and also where you also work, environment where you work, if it's friendly, it contributes positively to your health. Where you are in a unit, that your supervisor is not hostile to you, that your boss is not unnecessarily difficult on you, that your co-workers are friendly, they're happy people. You have what we call a kind of a collabo or a teamwork environment, a collaboration with others. It helps your health compared to when you have to work in a company or in a unit. As nurses, maybe you are working in the surgical ward and all your colleagues there, they are like dogs, they bark. Some supervisors are like, I don't know, what should I use to qualify them? When you hear of some supervisor coming, you begin to shiver, as in, you just become unnecessary things. It shouldn't be. In such a working environment, your health is also affected. So when your supervisor or your colleague that you are working with are not in good relationship with you, or you are not in good relationship with them, it affects your health. In that way, we'll say it has a negative effect on your health. Because now you are thinking, oh, I'm going to meet these people again. I'm going to work and I'm going to see this supervisor that always screams at me, that doesn't even listen to my explanation whenever I made mistake. Oh, I'm going to meet this colleague of mine that is always frowning at me, this colleague of mine that never smiles. So when you have colleagues and supervisors that are not friendly, it affects your health negatively. I hope I've been able to answer that question. Okay, so All right, I think so far those are the questions that have been posted on the chat, and I hope I've managed to answer them. Thank you very much for your time. For this semester, I must commend all of us that have made it a point of duty to always attend classes. Once again, I promise I'm going to upload on the WhatsApp all the instructional videos so that you can have access to them. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being there. Okay. All right. So if there is no question, Inoma, okay. Let's hear you. You said?
Is this the last facilitation?
Yes.
Wow.
This is week 8. Facilitation is just for 8 weeks.
Do revision for us.
Today is a revision day.
Hey, no, ma. Even if it's not today, any other day, you can put revision day.
I am a 7-day Adventist. I don't work on Saturday. So it can be good.
So please for us, yo.
The good news is that let's continue to interact on the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp will continue to function. Let's interact on the WhatsApp. If you have any question, you post it, I'll respond to it if necessary. But if it's not necessary, I will read.
Ma, you can fix it on Sunday if you're an Adventist.
Okay, I hear all of you. I'll get back to you via the WhatsApp group and through your class rep. All right.
I want to say thank you. Thank you for today's facilitation.
You're welcome. Thank you all too for your.
Once again, I want to plead on our behalf for those of us that.
It's okay. This is where we will end it for today. Thank you all for joining. God bless you. I wish you all the best in your exam. Try and go through your materials, and all will be well. Thank you. God bless you.